Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So, today's video is going to be 18 things I learned in 2018. If you've followed my channel this entire year, you know I've had a weird year, just to state it lightly. Honestly, I feel like the Friends theme song is the theme song for this year, for what it is. I have 18 things that I learned through this year. I probably have more. I have 18 here that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to explain some of them. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to kind of jump right in. If you don't already subscribe, if you don't already follow me, hit the red subscribe button down below real quick. And other than that, be sure you're following me on Instagram, because that's where I post when I'm not posting on YouTube. And let's just get started. So, 18 things I learned in 2018. Number one is be yourself. And as much as we all swear we know this, the second we are judged and the second we let something get to us, you're automatically not being yourself anymore. I found that especially true for me this year. So this year, my goal this year was to focus on myself. This year was about me and no one else. So mainly how I started that was being myself. Number two, don't listen to what everyone says. Some people, yeah, you probably need to listen to, but to be completely honest, most things that are said to you, you can go right over your head. I find this extremely true to me, depending on who's talking, especially my dad. My dad is just not one of those people you need to listen to. Number three, it's okay to not be okay. I had a rough year last year, starting in November. And just moving on into this year, it's still just been rough. So I've had to remember that if I need to scream and cry and let it out, it's okay to do that. I don't have to be 100% okay all the time, because that's not helping me any. If I don't let it out, it's not going to help. Okay, 4, it's okay to take breaks. I found this extremely true this year. I've just had a few days where I just haven't felt like doing anything at all. And especially as the year's drawn closer to the end, I've especially noticed how important it is for me to take breaks. Exactly. You do need to be that person. And I mean breaks from people, breaks from reality, anything that, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes a day where I'm just not focusing on anything at all, just having that 5 to 10 minutes can really help you realize, hey, I've got to do this, I've got to get it done, and this is how it's got to get done. Number 5, confidence is everything. And I know everybody says confidence is key, blah, 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 blah. But until you realize that if you don't... I was never a confident person growing up. I was knocked down from the day I was born. So, over the years, I never really had any confidence in myself, because nobody ever helped instill any in me. So I didn't realize that I needed to have confidence in myself until I was like 21, 22 years old. And I'm telling you this right now, if you have children, do not break them down just to do it. I don't know, I found something that says, be the person that you needed as a child, because it's bad enough when your parents are knocking you down, let alone you go to school and you get knocked down. And I don't necessarily mean by students. So, yeah, I'm 25. This year more than ever, I have found that if you're not confident in yourself, you're not going to get anywhere. So confidence is definitely everything. And I have accomplished a lot this year, even though most of the time from the outside it doesn't look like it. Half the time from the inside it doesn't look like it to me. But I know I have. Number 6, money does not define you. I completed a no-spend year this year because I was struggling with money. My entire life, we grew up struggling financially, so I kept saying I'm not going to be my parents. And this year, I turned into my parents when it came to money. But at the same time, a lot of my friends hit the same wall as I did when it came to finances. So we're all struggling, and then we have the people that we know that are rich, that are out there doing whatever they want and buying whatever they want, and we need to go here, and we need to do this. Well, I'm glad you're rich and your daddy pays for everything still, but that's not reality for me. Money does not define you at all. Even if it's a $10 jacket that everybody has, sometimes it's better to not have that jacket. And just because somebody has defined you by a dollar sign does not mean that's who you are as a person. I'm telling you, most people that look at me and go, yeah, she's poor, she lives in a box somewhere. I have 2 settings. I either look filthy, stinking rich, depending on how I dress up, or I look like I could live in a box on the side of the street somewhere. So, let me tell you this right now. Money does not define you. Number 7, everything will work out in the end. And I'm still trying to find the end for this one. Because you all know that I've had some career struggles this year. Finding a job is just not coming easy to anyone right now, especially me. I have to keep telling myself it's going to work out. It's going to be alright. Something's going to eventually fall into place. Number 8, experiences are better than things. And this kind of goes back to the money thing. I love to have something to hold on to and to say this is mine and to say this, I bought this and da-da-da-da-da. But in the long run, I'm not going to remember something I bought 20 years down the road from now. I'm going to remember the mud run I did this year with my friends, the derby dash I did with my friends, the little goofy things that we did at Zumba. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to turn on a radio and hear Feel It Still again without dancing. So, while everybody is going out and buying all this stuff, thinking I need this, it defines me, it's so much better. I'm telling you, paying for an experience is much better than paying for an item. I paid $25 to go on a mud run this year, and I'm telling you, I'm going to remember that mud run over the $25 item that I could have bought with the money that I spent on the mud run. Number 9, you don't have to figure everything out right now. And this is a really good piece of advice for anybody who is at that point of their life, they're getting ready to graduate high school or college, or they're starting a new job, or they can't find a job. Or I'm telling you, if you have everything figured out, good for you. But what are you going to do when something falls apart? Because I'm not saying something is going to fall apart. It just seems to me that once I think I have everything figured out, something falls apart, and I flip out. So, learning that I don't have to have everything figured out right now helps a whole lot. And it especially helps when it comes to me, because I'm looking for jobs. And I don't know where I want to be. I don't know what I want to be anymore. I know what I'd love to be doing. but where I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, and how that's going to get done really has no point right now. Because I would love to have everything figured out, but I don't think anybody ever has everything figured out. I'm one of those people that everybody goes, well, you need to get this in line and that in line, and oh, you need to get your ducks in a row. Okay, sweetheart, I'm glad you have ducks and you have a row. I have squirrels and they're at a rave. And honestly, I'd like to join them sometimes because it seems a lot more fun than what I'm doing. Okay, number 10, do what's right for you. Like I said, I think everybody, no matter how old they are, has somebody telling them what they need to be doing. Whether that's in their job or in their personal life or anything at all. You always have somebody telling you what you need to do. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing what you... Depending on what it is, I'm not going to do it. I'm doing what's right for me. Because what's right for me right now may not be what's right for you. It may not be what you did when you were my age. And that's especially true. My dad tells me all the time, well, when I was your age, I had this I had a house and I had kids and da-da-da-da-da. Only problem. My dad was my age. He had 2 kids. He was living with his mother. He was paying a mortgage on a house that he did not live in because he was living with his mother so she could take care of his children. So, what my dad was doing at 25 is not what's right for me. Because I'm 25, I have no children, and yeah, I might be living with my parents, but at least I'm supporting myself as best as I can. And I'm supporting what I have to support. As you know, I got my Zumba instructor this year. And if one more person tells me, well, you got your Zumba instructor, you could go do this, you could go do that. Okay, here's the thing. Getting my Zumba instructor may have opened the door. It did not open a freaking castle to fucking kingdom come. It did not open an automatic career opportunity every time I turn around. Oh, you're a Zumba instructor. Oh, here you go. Here's $20,000 to go work here for, oh yeah, 2 days. No. And then everybody telling me, well, if you're only making that much as a Zumba instructor, you don't need to be doing it. Okay, first of all, you don't know how much I make. It's none of your business how much I make. Just because somebody is telling you what you need to do does not mean that's right for you. Just because something's right for someone else doesn't mean you have to do it too. Like, I went and got my master's degree, and I had 20 people telling me different things to do, and I'm sorry, but just because you didn't go get your master's degree, just because you didn't go do this, just because you waited 20 years doesn't mean that I should have waited the same amount of time. It doesn't mean I'm not going to get somewhere. It just means how I'm going to get there is going to be a little bit different than how you did. Number 11, do what you love. And I'm telling you this one right now. This has saved my ass several times, especially this year. I left a job that I could not stand because I was being sexually harassed on a daily basis. And I regretted leaving. And sometimes I still do when I look and I realize I haven't had a job in 6 months that pays a steady income. Also, at the end of it, I look at it and go, I'm going to work, and I may not be getting as steady as an income, and I may not be getting as big of an income as I was, but I'm not being sexually harassed. I'm not feeling like I'm not safe. And when I was walking into work 6 months ago, there was questions, am I going to make it out alive today? So I left. And I'm glad I did, because I got my Zumba instructor. And through that, I have found something I absolutely love. I always loved dancing. I always loved teaching, but now I found a way that I can do it. And I absolutely love it. And I do it every day. Number 12, don't let people get to you. And this kind of goes into the confidence thing. I'm telling you, it's really hard sometimes to not let somebody who you feel is supposed to play a very important role in your life, to not let them get to you. But it's the best thing you'll ever learn. It has been for me. I've learned that if I just let things go and I ignore people, I'm much happier and I'm a much better person for it, because I'm telling you, if I let you get to me, I'm not going to be that person you think I am. I'm going to be a much worse person than you think I am. If people are trying to get to you, they're doing it because they're reflecting what they feel about themselves onto you. It has nothing to do with who you are as a person. And if you let them get to you and you listen to them, it's going to reflect who you are as a person. It's going to be who you are as a person too. And I get I'm not the nicest person. Sometimes I'm a real bitch. But I think a lot of it is because we as females learn if you want to survive in this world, you have to be a bitch. I'm a very pessimistic person most of the time. I've learned to be optimistic. It's a little bit difficult right now with where I'm at in my life, but I am learning to be more optimistic. But the thing is, too, is it's hard to be who you want to be when you are surrounded by people that hate people like that. I'm not saying I hate people that are positive. I don't. Because I love a lot of the people on here that are so positive. It's amazing. Because I want to be that. I want to be that positive. I want to be able to... I just want to be able to let everything that somebody says to me, just let it go. And I'm figuring this... You probably get better with this at age. And I'm 25, and I've never really had anyone to help me learn how to deal with letting just things roll off your back. Okay, so number 13. You can do anything you set your mind to. And this is extremely important, because I was told for years I was stupid. I was told for years I was never going to accomplish anything. I had a teacher tell me when I was 8 years old that I was stupid and I wasn't going to make it past 6th grade. And here I am, 25 years old. I have a master's degree. And clearly you don't do that if you're stupid. And I did it because I set my mind to it. And I blocked every negative thing I ever had told to me out of my head, and I just went and did it. So it's kind of like me being a Zumba instructor. I had plenty of people go, well, you don't need to do that. Why would you want to do that? Yeah, you go to Zumba 5 days a week, but why would you want to be an instructor? So you know what? I let everything they said go, and in June I went and got my Zumba instructor. And I have accomplished a lot out of it, and I can't wait to see what I accomplish in this next year. Okay. 14. What's right for you is not right for others. So, like I'm saying, just because I went and got my Zumba instructor doesn't mean you need to. Just because I have a master's degree doesn't mean you need to. You are not no lesser of a person because you don't have that degree. And you are no better of a person because you have a degree that's higher than me. And I'm getting really sick and tired of being told that I think I'm the perfect little person because I have a master's degree. I never once said I was perfect. I know I'm not perfect. But I accomplished something that I wanted to accomplish because I know where it's possibly going to get me in the future. And in the long run, I may not end up using anything I ever learned in it. Because so far, what I've learned out of my master's degree and what I'm actually using is maybe 1% of what I actually learned. I can budget now. That's what I'm using so far, budgeting, and I'm telling you this one right now. Just because somebody says you need to go do this and you need to go do that, you don't need to. Ask for help if you need it. If you know me, if you watch my channel, you know I'm not a person that likes to ask for help. And this year, I have struggled so much financially, emotionally, and now physically that I've actually had to ask for help quite often this year. And it sucks. And there are days I just want to break down and cry. But I know one day I'm going to turn around and it's going to be all better. It may all not be fixed at the same time, but one day I'm going to wake up and I'm not going to have to ask for help anymore. And I think asking for help goes a lot. I'm just not one of those people who likes to ask for help. So me asking for help is a huge deal. And I'm telling you this right now. If you need help, no matter what it is, even if it's just to talk to somebody, ask for help. You're better off asking for help than you are if you don't. Even if all you do is call a friend and rant to them, sometimes that's all you need. I do that. I have me and my best friend call each other or text each other on a daily basis and cry and bitch and rant to each other. Just because we can and because it helps us. And while it's not professional help, as everybody wants us to get, we've gotten help and we're dealing with it. Okay, number 16. People can change, but not everyone can see it. And this one is really big into, my grandmother, my relationship with my grandmother is strained. And a lot of it is because of my chronic illness, but a lot of it is also because of how much I've changed over the years that she just does not see. My grandma still sees the 11-year-old girl that is afraid to talk to people, that is afraid to be around people, that is afraid to do anything because she's afraid she's going to be called stupid, or because she has no confidence because somebody ripped that from her before she could even talk. And I'm telling you, I'm a much stronger person, but my grandma does not see that. My grandma still sees a little girl that needs a pep talk. And when she sends me messages, well, you can do this, look what you've done. Okay. I don't need this. I don't need this because you doing that, well, it's not a negative thing. I'm perceiving it as a negative now because I perceive it as you think I'm stupid or I'm weak or something that I'm not. And it also goes into the fact that me and my cousin were 7 years, she's 7 years younger than I am, and we struggled to get along for years. And as she got, about the time she turned 16, 17 years old, we started getting along. And my grandma still sees that I'm jealous of her, and I'm not jealous of her. I don't think I was ever jealous of her. It was more or less the fact that when she got to the prissy stage, I couldn't handle prissy and I wanted to kill it. And I would have never hurt her. I don't think I would have ever done anything to her. I just wanted her to stop being such a little priss. Now that she's gotten older and she's changed and we can get along, I think I could actually call her and say, hey, you want to go out to eat? You want to go get a coffee? We could actually do that now and have a real conversation and get along as people. Versus 2-3 years ago, I think it would have hurt her. And a lot of that is my grandma doesn't see how she's changed. My grandma doesn't see how I've changed. So my grandma still sees that are at each other's throats. There we go. Number 17, don't be jealous of other people. And I get this coming from, I went to high school with a girl. She cheated off me in chemistry class. And this year, she got a job that we had both applied for this job. And even though I have more experience, she still got the job. All I want to do is go wring her neck and go, what the hell did you do? Because I know how she got a few things, and it was inappropriate. But while I'm doing the thing how you're supposed to be doing it, and I'm not being inappropriate with people to do it, the one who's being inappropriate for it is getting the job. It's like, really? I go to work on a daily basis and get sexually harassed. She goes to work, does the sexual harassment, doesn't get in trouble, and gets a job out of it. She gets a better job out of being the person who's sexually harassing people versus I am. Then the person was getting out because I was being sexually harassed. So I was pissed. She took a job, and I know she didn't take a job from me, but the way I'm looking at it, because I'm probably figuring how she got this job, she weaseled her way in, did something really inappropriate to somebody higher up, and got a job out of it. But me, on the other hand, because I refuse to do anything like that, I get knocked down to the bottom of the totem pole because I'm a female. While she is a female, she's at the top because she's doing things that are inappropriate. So yeah, I was jealous of her for getting this job. I was jealous of her for, she started doing this in 2015. I've been doing this for 9 flipping years, and she's getting a top job out of it, and I am sitting here trying to find a measly little shit job because I left the job that I had, even though, because it wasn't a shit job, but it was a little bit higher than a shit job. But now I have to find another shit job because the idiot who should still be in the shit job level is at the high level prancing around like she's the best thing since sliced bread. And yeah, I'm allowed to be jealous of that. And I don't need to be, but I am. And I don't need to be jealous of that because I have values, and clearly I have self-respect. Don't be jealous of other people. It's just not worth it. Eventually they'll get what's coming to them, and you'll get what is coming to you, be that good or bad. And I could watch her tear down this job in a second. Because the second it comes out that she's doing what she's been doing, they're not going to have, that job's not going to be available anymore because that place isn't going to be there anymore. Okay, so number 18. Some people are a blessing, others are a lesson. I found this quote years ago. I don't remember who said it. But this year I found it to be completely true. Some people are put into your life to teach you a lesson, and others are put there because they need to be part of your life, and you were both better off for it. I learned this is really important for me this year because I've had a handful of people that I was really close to and that we would talk on an almost daily basis, and we would help each other out. And this year, I don't know what happened, but these people that were my friends just dropped off the face of the earth and didn't care about me anymore. They just cut me out of their life entirely, and I have no clue what I did, because we weren't doing anything different than what we had been doing. And it was a work relationship, so it wasn't like I was being inappropriate with them, other than the jokes that they would give me that I would give right back. And I'm telling you, if you tell me a joke, I give it back, and you give me something that's 20,000 times worse, how am I the bad person there? But I've learned that, and a few of these people have reached out later on. It's been one dude I haven't talked to in 8 months, and he reaches out to me and goes, "Sue, what's up? Where were you 2 months ago?" And I was messaging you, "Hey dude, I need your help." And he's like, "Well, what do you need?" "I don't need it anymore." I don't like that. I don't like people who completely cut people out of their lives just for a certain time period, just because they can, and then come right back and expect it to be the same, expect you to not be mad. But at the same time, I have met so many people this year that I absolutely love, and I think I actually need in my life. Let me know what you learned this year down in the comments. Any videos you want to see in 2019, let me know those as well. And let me know if you want me to change my upload schedule to Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, or keep it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Or you could, of course, give me other suggestions on what days you think I should upload. But just let me know down below, because I'm thinking about switching up some of my stuff in the new year. So, that's it for this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you've not done so already, hit the red subscribe button down below. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.